Hi, welcome back to Life is a Treasure podcast. I'm your hostess, Michelle Durand, and this is episode number 46. And if this is your first time listening, I would like to sincerely welcome you and ask you to please subscribe if you would like to get notified of future episodes. And feel free to go back and listen to some of the others. I have some beautiful guests with wonderful stories of transformation, and I know that they will inspire you and encourage you wherever you might be in your life, in the world today. So as we continue in our mini-series, inspired from the book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, I would just like to share that this is the 4th agreement. So the last few weeks, we have gone over the first 3 agreements. And so I will do a little recap. The first agreement was be impeccable with your word. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. And the third agreement, which was last week, is don't make assumptions. And this week, we are going to be talking about the 4th agreement, always do your best. And as you can tell, each one kind of compounds onto the next. So, being impeccable with our word, being intentional with how we speak and the words that we use, especially toward ourselves. And then that led us into not taking anything personally. So to allow things to be said and to happen and to not take them personally. And the third was don't make assumptions. So it's just don't assume something. Clarify with questions. And these agreements are action items, and they are habits that we may decide that we want to incorporate into our life, to be more impeccable with our word, to not take everything so personally, and to not always make assumptions. And when we look at this 4th agreement, always do your best. We may not always be impeccable with our word, but if we're always trying to do our best with intention, we're less likely to put ourselves in the trap of self-judgment. We can give ourselves some grace and some compassion and know that we're all humans and we're all getting up every day and practicing this thing called life. So we may one day take something personally and realize I just took this personally and I shouldn't have, and it's okay. It's just get back up and get back on track. And as long as you know you're always doing your best, you feel better about yourself. And I really want to dive into this because I feel like this is such a key in order to transform. In order to transform ourselves, in order to transform our lives, our relationships, we should always strive to do our best in whatever we do. And I'm going to offer some tips as we go along, and we're just going to share, we're just going to explore and really dive into this. What does it look like to always do our best? I'd like to read something from his book. He says, "Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you're healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret." That in itself makes me want to always do my best because I've not always done my best, and I found myself living in years and years of self-judgment, of guilt, shame, blame. And if you'd like to hear my story, I have other episodes where I go into details about some of these experiences that left me feeling that way. And I want you to know that what we're talking about is always a choice. I had a choice to take myself out of that trap, to stop being a victim. And I had a choice to let go of the past and to not worry about the future and to learn how to live in the moment. And you can too, my friends. And I'd like to share that with this full moon coming up on September 2nd, it's a great time to allow that illumination of that full bright moon to show you the areas in our lives that we want to change. The moon, the full moon especially, is a great time to self-reflect, to go inward and see, where do I want to make changes? What do I want to purge? What is it that I want to release and let go of? It's a time of completion. It's full. It's done. And that energy is so powerful. Just like the energy from the sun is powerful. It will burn you if you stay in the sun without protection. That moon is a bright mirror, and it's a bright light for our soul. Such a wonderful time to go inward and set intentions for the next month coming up. And just use that energy to purge and let go of stuff in your life that you no longer want to be holding you back. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Because a lot of times the things that we want to hold on to are not for our best, and they're not the best. So as we focus in on always doing our best, let's just think about this. Living our life with intention. Waking up every day and saying, today I'm going to do my best. And everything I do, I'm going to give it my best. So that when I come back to bed tonight and lay my head on my pillow, I know that I did the best with what I have, with where I am, with whatever's going on under all circumstances. I chose to do my best. And if I failed, and if I messed up, and if I didn't do my best in some area, that's okay. I can let that go and say tomorrow is a new day and I will do better. And the goal should be always to just do a little bit better than we did the day before. And when we do our best, we will be more productive. But doing our best requires action. And it doesn't mean just thinking our best. No, it means doing it. It means getting up, taking action, taking risk, expressing ourselves, living out our purpose, because action is living fully and inaction is denying life. I'll say that again. Action is living fully and inaction is denying life. And when we take action, we are manifesting. We are transforming. And any idea we have, if we just sit there and think about it, will not create it. We don't create with our thoughts. We create by having that seed of thought, getting up, taking action towards that idea. And as we do, day by day, step by step, take those baby steps, take the actions, we will create what we want. It will manifest into our reality. And that is all what manifestation is. It's just having that idea, taking the steps and the action to make it happen. I'll use this podcast as an example. I had an idea that I wanted to start a podcast. I had no idea how or what to do, but I didn't just sit here and think about it. I did for a long time, but that's not what actually created it. It didn't just happen. I had to start researching. I had to start buying the equipment. I had to start learning the skills. And as I started taking those little baby steps, yes, I got overwhelmed. Yes, I almost quit. Yes, I just wanted to give up at times. It was so frustrating, but I had to keep going. I didn't want to give up on this dream of having my own podcast and talking to you all. So I took action, and then now I manifested my podcast, Life is a Treasure, that you're listening to right now. And I'm not anyone special. I'm a human being just like you are. And so if there's anything in your life that you want, you can do it. You can create it. Your ideas are those seeds that are planted, and you water it by learning and by doing, and you take that action. And when you do, you're going to reap the benefits. You're going to create what you want in your life. You're going to create transformation. So the whole goal in doing your best starts with yourself. To learn how to honor yourself, honor your body, honor where you are, honor your feelings, and respect yourself, respect your body, respect your good things that happen, respect the bad things that happen. And most importantly, learn how to love yourself. And if you need any help, I have a whole episode on self-love. And it's encouraging you to love yourself where you are. We all want to strive and do better. Yes, we all want to have some self-development goals. But most importantly is to live in the moment. To just honor, respect, and love yourself first. Because from that place is how we're able to love other people. Think about it. If you do not love and respect and honor yourself, you're going to have a really hard time loving, respecting, and honoring anyone else. So when you learn to honor, love, and respect yourself, you will accept yourself. You will. You will learn to accept yourself. And I have a whole nother episode on self-acceptance that I welcome you to listen to if you want more information on how to accept yourself, the way that you are, where you are, the things you've done in your past, how to let go of them. When we do our best, it's so important to not do that for expectations of praise or a reward that someone's going to give us or acceptance from other people. When we learn to accept ourselves, it doesn't matter. The praise is like the icing on the cake. The acceptance is like the icing on the cake as well. But when we accept ourselves first, it really diminishes how we think about other people accepting us. We don't rely on their acceptance when we accept ourselves. And when we do accept ourselves, we're able to be ourselves. We're able to express ourselves. We're able to ask for what we want. So here's some tips to help us to always do our best. Most importantly, don't compare. My best will not be the same as your best. And if I compare myself to other people, that's going to just steal my joy. It will. It will make me feel small. It'll make me feel defeated. Everyone has a different definition of their best. So don't look at someone else and try to be better than their best. Try to do your best. And that's the key, your best, without comparing to anyone else. Be present in the moment. Let go of the past. Let go of the regrets. Let go of the shame. Process it. Process the guilt. Learn the lessons from the pain. But don't hold on to it. Let it go. Make room for new treasures to be replaced in the areas of the pain and the tears. Don't worry about the future. That's hard, I know, but that is what brings on anxiety and panic. And I'm talking to you firsthand about this because I lived worrying about the future so many times in my life, and all it did was create panic and anxiety in my body, and then chaos around me in my life. So try to practice being present in the moment. A good tool is meditation, yoga. My daughter, Courtney Sprouls, we created an episode about yoga with Courtney Sprouls, and she has Mind Body Mystic. She does online yoga, and if you're interested, message me. I will send you the link for you to join via video. It's amazing. It will help so much with being in the present moment, reflecting, letting go, learning to be there for yourself, with yourself. When we do these things, we avoid self-judgment. We avoid self-abuse, and we are no longer putting ourselves in the position of victim. We can become the victorious person in our life. And that's what I want for you and me, is to no longer be a victim of circumstances, to no longer be a victim of what's going on around us in this world. To be able to say, I did my best with what I have, with where I am, with who I am under all circumstances. And when we practice this every day, over and over again, we do our best over and over, that is what creates transformation. When we can live our life daily doing our best in everything we do, we will have peace, we will have more love, and we will have so much inner joy. So let's say you don't like to cook and you need to eat or you need to feed your family. You can always do your best if you enjoy what you do. So let's say you don't enjoy it, but maybe you enjoy music. Put in some headphones, turn on the music. Before I cook, I like to cook, but I don't like to clean all the time. But if I put on some music, that always lifts my mood. I light some candles. I get the space ready for my activity. I will always enjoy it so much more. And that's all it means to do your best. Always do your best. Set yourself up for success. That is a great tip. Set yourself up for success. Plan. And when you plan out the things you're going to do, you will enjoy it so much more. I want to share that I am doing a giveaway. I'm going to give someone a copy of the book, The 4 Agreements, and all you have to do is share any of the episodes that you loved. I'll have the website in the show notes, lifeisatreasure.com, or any podcast platform that you listen to podcasts on. But you can go to my website and listen to the podcast. They're all there. Anyone that you love that really has impacted you, share it. I will have my social media links or on my website as well. So go to Facebook, lifeisatreasure.com is my website. And Instagram, I have an Instagram for the podcast. It's Life is a Treasure Podcast, as well as my personal Instagram. Either one. If you tag me and you share a post share the episode, why you loved it, and you tag me, so I'll know. You need to hashtag me so I'll know that you did it, and I'll enter your name into the giveaway. And at the end of this month, in a few days, I'm going to do a bonus episode and going to announce the winner. And you could win this free book, The 4 Agreements, that goes into more detail and a lot more extra things of the 4 agreements we've just gone over this month. And you can have in your possession your own copy of this book. So good luck. Make sure to go enter the giveaway, and you just might be you just might be a winner of this book. So I have some exciting news also. Next month, September, I will be celebrating the 50th episode. Y'all, I cannot even believe that I am getting ready to record episode 50 in a few weeks. And I'm going to have a giveaway for that as well. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and you will want to hear what the giveaway is. And I just would love to have you celebrate with me. I know that I have listeners all over the world, and I appreciate every single one of you. I love when you reach out to me. I love when you share your takeaways. So keep them coming. And we're going to have some great stuff coming up in September, but I would love your feedback and your ideas. If you have any topics that you would like for me to talk about on this episode, on this podcast, let me know. And I would love to create an episode to help any of you. I do this for you as much as I love doing podcasts. And so I just really, really enjoy creating. I enjoy sharing information that I hope will inspire you and encourage you to create a life that you treasure. So until next time, I'm sending you all peace, love, and joy. Thank you for listening to Life is a Treasure podcast. I'm Michelle Durand, and I'd like to personally invite you to join us and continue the conversation in our free Facebook group, Life is a Treasure podcast. The link will be in the show notes at lifeisatreasure.com. You can also find my social media links on the website as well. Please reach out to me and introduce yourself. I'd love to hear where you're listening from and what your biggest takeaways have been. And as we begin to share our secrets, our stories, and our struggles, we find that others can have the courage to start sharing theirs. And this is how the healing process begins. So please help us spread the hope and the healing to others by subscribing, reviewing, and sharing this podcast. And make sure to tag me on Instagram at Michelle Marie with 2 E's, Durand, Durand, with hashtag Life is a Treasure podcast for a chance to get a shout out on the show. And also visit lifeisatreasure.com for all the resources and freebies mentioned. We believe that everyone is equal and worthy of healing and unconditional love. And we promise that if you invest your time and energy to do the inner work, you too can transform yourself and create a life that is a treasure. So you can live authentically, love unconditionally, and laugh wholeheartedly. And until next week, peace, love, and joy.